Clairvoyance is a very imaginative and creative process. In fact, imagination pretty much fuels clairvoyance. But what is the core difference between imagination and clairvoyance? Let's dive in this video. I'm Krishantiw with Krishantiw.com, and I'm so happy you're here. We can talk about all this fun, magical stuff, psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. And this topic came up because a user asked me what the difference is between clairvoyance and imagination. And I had to really think about it because the two are so closely related that it's like, well, what is unique between the two of them? What makes clairvoyance different? And the most basic way I came up with to kind of explain this is that imagination you can use to create things and create experiences. With imagination, you can paint the most beautiful painting. You can create a place like Disneyland for people to come to and enjoy themselves. You can create the design for an MRI that will scan the physical body and see exactly what's going on inside. Those are just examples of the application of imagination. Now with clairvoyance, which uses imagination and literally doesn't really work well without imagination, it's like you take away the middleman. So you're not like creating a painting, you're using clairvoyance, and I mean, ideally we work with other people and you facilitate a change within them. And using your imagination to help you start to fuel the role of like images that come up. It's like a B-roll of film that just keeps flowing with clairvoyance. They kind of take on a life of their own, and then they inform you of what you need to do in order to help that person heal. And so it's a two-way street. So usually, one of the big things here is that clairvoyance is between two people. But you can also use clairvoyance, let's say, to look at a microorganism, or to use like MRI or CAT scan, X-ray-like abilities to see into something. So the clairvoyance and the imagination helps you see it, but you take out the machine. And then the imagination starts to help you run with what comes up, and then it takes on a life of its own, and you're not generating it, it's kind of generating itself. Now what I understand is that often happens in the imaginative process. And something to think about that has been talked about for millennia is that many people in that creative, imaginative space feel as though something or someone has taken over and it's not coming from them. It's like on its own. And that's another incredibly wonderful way that imagination and clairvoyance are similar. But I think one of the biggest ways that they're different is that you take out the middleman. So I was trying to explain that, and forgive me if it's taking too long to come out, but like, you don't need the MRI with clairvoyance. You are the MRI. You scan it. Imagination helps you see pictures like little marching men running around, or you could actually see it just as you would on an MRI. And there you have all the information without the machine. Whereas if it's strictly imagination without clairvoyance, you imagine how to make a machine that can do it. Whereas where clairvoyance can just do it, which is so exciting. Do you want to learn how to do this? Come to Krishantiw.com. I've got everything there for you. Just simple meditations to full-on courses that will help amplify that. But what are your thoughts on this? And do you think of other ways, can you think of other ways that we can use imagination and clairvoyance for even greater things? One of the things that is so cool about the clairvoyant process is you imagine something. Let's say that person might come to you and ask, why am I not happy? And you're like, okay, show me your happiness. And their happiness will appear as like a bright lemon. Now you say, show me what, and that's kind of imagination, because how weird, happiness, lemon, right? Then you say, okay, what is standing in the way of you having this happiness? And you see a spider. Okay, so you want to heal it with clairvoyance, which is it's clairvoyant energy healing. So you ask for the tools that will heal this, and you're given a can of magical Raid, but it has light coming out of it. So you spray it with light, and then it disappears. It just goes away, and then you see their happiness as this bright lemon. Again, And then they feel refreshed and renewed because that energetic mark has been released. And that's another way that clairvoyance is different than imagination. You're directly helping healing, where imagination, you know, the guy thought of the Band-Aid. Okay, it's this cool sticker with a cotton thing in the middle. My imagination's creating it. I'm going to manufacture it and slap it on your skin. With clairvoyance, you are the Band-Aid. So I hope that answers your question and the person who asked this. And you guys, if there are things that I haven't talked about already on here that you want me to cover, put it in the comments. I'm here to talk about stuff that you're interested in. So just let me know what you want to hear about. That about sums it up for this video. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you later. Bye.